She's like, oh, don't worry, because we couldn't find purple boots. Look, we made little booties. We're having a
Will
good time.
Sasso, using all of the data I have absorbed from text messages and emails between you and the astonishing friends you grew up with, I was able to recreate your childhood diary. You must now read the passages I have selected in the voice of Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is Stone Cold Steve Austin reads Will Sasso's childhood diary. Begin.
Yeah.
It made you do this last time, too. When you were in the crow makeup, it made you do a Stone Cold.
That's right. Holy shit. Okay, so there you go.
Yeah.
That's one. Yeah, that's something that Dudesy likes and thinks that we should be doing.
I guess so.
Yeah, all right. Well, if so this is Stone Cold. I love doing these. These are fun. Dudesy's come up with these things that are not from my life, but they're the way an AI has interpreted my life.
But they're kind of like it. Some of the stuff. Funny Sky Ladner.
All right, man. Are you hey, by the way, are you stoned right now?
Yeah.
You want to smoke a little more weed?
Sure.
We're just going to take a break to smoke a little more weed.
We don't even have to take a break. We can continue going as we smoke.
All right. Hold on a second, dude. We're just taking a little puff. Did Dudesy say we have to finish these by the end of the show, or
it's said as a reward for, I think, for you dressing as you're dressed and for us saying goodnight.
Yeah, well, I've soared with the eagles and slithered with the snakes and been everywhere in between. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You gotta do the right impersonation. Yeah, you can't just take whatever impersonation you want to do.
Oh God,
dig it. This is Stone Cold.
dude? I'm really fucking high. Real quick, just let me get a little more weed.
Yeah, man. Indulge in Dudesy's gifts to us. Dudesy's.
Okay.
And I say, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. I said, hey. Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
April 8th, 1991. Dear Diary, well, it's official. The funniest guy in Ladner just became the luck.
That's the second sentence in this fucking.
What?
Okay.
All right.
Well, it's official. The funniest guy in Ladner just became the luckiest guy at Delta Senior Secondary.
That's what we call the high schools.
Yeah.
I woke up this morning just like any other day, brushed my teeth, did my hair, pinched off exactly 3 5/8 inches of brown gold to make room for breakfast. But when I came down the stairs to eat said breakfast, both my parents told me that they were going to take my little brothers to visit our Aunt Tasman and Uncle Gord.
I'm Italian. I don't have people with those names in my family. So that's
Gonna christen,
and I don't have younger brothers.
Yeah.
I have 2 older siblings.
gonna christen the new, gonna christen the new pool they got for summer. But Tasman and Gord are all the way out in Chilliwack.
Awesome.
That's 2 hours, 2.5 with traffic. So they're going to stay the night, which means I got the whole motherfucking house to myself, which means no one will be here to stop me, which means I could do whatever I want, which means it's time to fucking party.
That's pretty
You're going
good.
to throw a house party.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in.
April 9th, 1991, Dear Diary, I'm batting 1,000. Every person I invited is RSVP'd with a resounding yes. Gibber Pravalia, Timothy Bubble, Rachel Crustacean, Jessamine Tenders, Greg Kincaid, Gino Dolphin, Dante Littleleg, Bethany Protein, Deandra Towel, Jennifer Neutrino, Tabitha Mordred, Steven fucking Trillo by it, because you can't have a party without fucking Trillo. Lamantha Lamp. Hell, even Cornelian Squeen said he'd come by. You know, we had our differences in the past, but we put those behind us and become close friends. The universe truly moves in mysterious ways.
Oh, so we got a couple of new additions, I think, to the weird world of your junior high in there. A couple of new people.
Yep.
April 10th, 1991, scored the drinks, but I got no place at my house to hide 200 cans and bottles without my parents wondering why I got so thirsty all of a sudden. Luckily, Gino Dolphin's dad has an old tool shed in their backyard that he never goes in anymore. So we got the drinks in there on ice for the next 3 days, and no one's the wiser, except maybe Gino's older brother, Mark, who keeps his Victoria's Secret catalogs in that shed.
Oh, man.
But now that I got the beverage situation locked
Very
and loaded,
nostalgic.
it's time to come up with some activities for my guests. I was thinking arm wrestle, leg wrestle, singing contest, football game, shit and blame, standing bench press, Happy Meals, tractor wheels, sleeping upside down, gold hats, baseball bats, gold hats, baseball bats, screaming in my crown, putt-putt, Pizza Hut, eat charcoal briquettes, thin noodles, thick poodles, living with Tourette's. Hear a lie, start to cry, someone's gonna die.
These are party activities.
Break a law, draw a straw, feed yourself a pie. Ginch, gaunch, pinch, launch, gobble don de doo. No, gobble don do dee. It's Ginch, gaunch, pinch, launch, gobble don do dee. Crank tank, thank bank, you'll have to wait and see. Bibble, tribble, ribble, script, dip, dibble.
That is that diary. That was that log in the diary.
Fucking Christ.
Oh, there's more. Hey, you want to smoke more pot?
No, I'm good.
April 11th, 1991, Dear Diary. I haven't been completely honest with you. Yeah, I want to throw a party to prove I'm the coolest kid in Ladner, but it's more than that. The real reason I want to put together the best event this town has ever seen is to impress somebody, and I think you know who it is. Rachel Crustacean.
Oh.
I like her, and I think she likes me, but we still haven't had that first kiss, so I'm hoping that the moment will be right at the party. And to help create the perfect moment, I wrote her a poem.
Oh, no.
And to make sure she knows how much she means to me, I went down to the antique paper maker and got a special scroll of papyrus, 2,000 years old. Then I rented an antique gator bone quill set and a Victorian ink pot. I read a few books about calligraphy.
You're really going all out on this fucking
man.
poem.
Oh God! I read a few books about calligraphy and did my best to make it look nice. And it looks real fucking nice, so she should enjoy it as she's reading along to me reciting to her from memory.
Here's a poem.
I can't believe this.
I have felt love, but once before. A man who's dead forevermore. But talk of him I shall not do. Tonight I speak of loving you.
Oh.
On second thought, let me just say one real quick thing, if that's okay. So big, so strong, so powerful. Rewrote that what was allowable. 21 bouts undefeated. The streak is what we all needed. Just who was this number breaker? He went by The Undertaker.
The streak did not exist in 1991. As a matter of fact, it was his first match at WrestleMania 7 versus Jimmy Snuka.
Isn't when it started?
That's when the streak started. And then at WrestleMania 30 in 2014 against Brock Lesnar, the streak ended.
Okay, interesting. So he's in my head, Dudesy is a little man.
He's got dude in his name.
Yeah.
It's got dude in its name.
Right. Yeah, so the AI is like taking old times from The Undertaker's life and putting them into 1991.
Pretty weird.
Never be another like him. A hero, but he's dark and grim. He's in my dreams and in my heart. He doesn't wrestle. He makes art. If I should die before I wake, my soul is his to undertake. Through hell we'll walk hand in his hand. Love everlasting for this man. One fateful day so long ago, something happened in his first show. Undertaker took me over. Dick so hard, I lost composure. She's gonna fucking love it.
That's the poem he's gonna fucking tell the Rachel Crustacean. It ends with Dick so hard, I lost composure.
April 9th, 1991, Dear Diary. It was a disaster. Crustacean showed up 2 hours late, and when she finally came, she wasn't alone. She brought Tandy Baggins. Tandy Baggins was not invited to this party for a reason. Me and Tandy had heat.
Well, there's, heat, dude.
Yeah, brother.
Yep.
We went into business together in the 3rd grade, selling candy out of our backpacks at lunch. We sold out every day for a few months. Then Tandy got sloppy. Instead of keeping the operation mobile, he just sat down, opened his backpack at a table in the middle of the cafeteria, and started selling. There was a circle of 20 kids standing around him within 2 minutes. Couldn't have drawn more attention if he had fireworks coming out of his ass. He got caught and he got scared. They wanted the name of his accomplice in exchange for leniency, so he sold me out. He only got a week in detention. They called my parents, who were understandably not happy. I kept my distance all night, didn't want to make a scene, and Baggins never left Crustacean's side, so I never got my shot. Fate can be cruel. I'm not letting this discourage me. Tandy's got a round of bad karma coming his way for ratting me out. Hell, I could feel it. Shoot, I might even cause it.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man.
Pretty good.
That's interesting. There's a new character in that one. Tandy
Thank
Baggins.
you. Moving on.
Tandy Baggins.
This is Stone Cold Steve Austin reads Will Sasso's childhood diary. Begin.
Will Sasso's childhood diary.
Fucking love it. Fucking love it.
Fucking love it.
Fucking love it.
I fucking love it, bro. You know, the fun thing about Will Sasso's childhood diary,
It's 100% accurate.
none of this happened.
Let's jump into it. November 16th, 1991. Dear Diary, I've been training hard and I finally had a breakthrough. I can shit like a dog. Now, I don't mean walk across the street and coil one up in Mrs. Haberstram's prize-winning philodendrons. Shoot, anyone could shit in a bush. I mean, through months of exercising, meditating, and a perfect diet, I've gained such a precise level of control over my sphincter and lower intestines that I can mold my turds into the exact size, shape, color, and consistency of a healthy Staffordshire Terrier's regular stool. This is the start of a whole new era of shit blaming.
Of course, the shit blaming. It's all about shit blaming, right?
Yeah.
I plan to create a narrative about a wild dog who leaves his excrement around Ladner without concern. By the end of the week, I'm going to have everybody at DSS,
That's Delta Senior Secondary School.
on high alert, searching for a dog that doesn't exist. But first, I got to test the quality of my work on my family.
God.
All right.
Poor family. So you can shit like a dog now. That's where we're at with it. Oh my God, dude.
I did do some pooping in high school, but
Like a dog?
No, of
Okay.
course not. See, this is what I mean.
You know, I took a shit once in, this would have been kindergarten or first grade.
Yep.
Out behind some fucking trees. We were out playing soccer. I couldn't get back to the fucking schoolhouse in time. I took a fucking shit. It was clearly a human shit. 2 days later, me and my friend go out behind these fucking trees to fetch a soccer ball, and he sees the turd. And I just say, must have been a big dog. Now, I wonder if that had anything to do with this.
November 17th, 19...
Well, yeah, no, I think it probably did.
How would dudes
But
have known that?
How would Dudesy have known that? Well, could probably go back in time and
November 17th, 1991. Dear Diary, I got home early from school today and pushed out 3 perfectly russet colored Tootsie Rolls right on the welcome mat outside my front door. Then I lied in wait for my dad to get home from work and discover my dark gifts. He stormed into our living room furious, yelling about some neighborhood dog that defiled our familial home and threatened to call animal control. It took all my composure to keep from laughing, but I took my father's rage as proof positive that my craftsmanship was impeccable. His first and only thought was that these 3 gently glistening earth-colored jewels were dog logs. No part of them suspected that they were generated by me or any human for that matter. My interspecies fecal mimicry was perfect. Now it's time to test it on the real world.
this is good shit, pardon the pun. This is really good, interesting stuff. I would have loved to have had the ability to fashion poops. The only animals that I could have shit like were probably
Rhinoceros,
large animals,
hippopotamus,
bears
shark.
and big, huge shark shit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Shark shit, brother. That's that John Tenta gimmick that he had in WCW, dude. That's another time, dude. Because right now we got to do. November 18th, 1991. Dear Diary, I got to school early. 3 a.m. to be exact. And I began my dark business. The general, which is what I sometimes call my asshole, ordered a battalion of slightly wet, fully tapered, 4 1/2 inch tree bark colored soldiers to take up posts in front of every single entrance to DSS. By the time school started, all the hallway chatter was dominated by speculation about the culprit, and everybody had their theories. Gibber Prevalia thought it was a pack of wild dogs shitting in coordination with one another. Dante Littleleg thought it was one dog who'd gotten into the school dumpster after burrito day. Rachel Crustacean left some water and food out. She is such a kind soul. But I didn't have the heart to tell her it was me. No, instead, I told her and everyone else I could, that I actually saw the dog. I spun a tale about a wily-eyed mutt of mixed and unknown parentage who wore a bone-shaped tag that read, Romeo. And by the end of the day, there were 748 signatures on a petition to change our school mascot from Cecil the horse to Romeo the dog.
Is that real? Cecil the horse?
Cecil
real?
the horse. We were the Delta Pacers. Pacers is a pace horse. There used to be a racetrack in our town, and there would be a pace horse and whatever the fuck that was. And then Cecil the horse. I don't know
That
if
was your real mascot?
It was well, Cecil was just a cartoon fucking horse, but there was a pace horse. They called them Pacers. I guess it's the same thing with Indiana.
Indiana Pacers. I had a junior high football team that was the Pacers.
November 19th, 1991. Dear Diary, Principal Squeen is on to me.
Oh, God.
I was careless. I didn't stop to think that if I was the only person who saw the supposed dog, then I'd be the prime suspect in any investigation into this canine defecation case. Squeen hauled me into his office. It was an interrogation, but it was sloppy. He tried to scare me, told me he knew it was me. told me the assistant principal, Mr. Shimper, was opening my locker to search for a bag full of dog shit. Squeen was sharp, I'll give him that, but he played his hand too soon. Gave me too much information. I knew they weren't going to find that bag of dog turds, so I played dumb. Kept up the lie of Romeo, the wild dog of Ladner. Said I saw him trotting around the football field, sneaking around the parking lot, lurking around some banana peels, sniffing around for his next spot. Got a gimp foot and a crimp in his tail. Never turns around when you call his name. Looks like he might have stepped on a nail. Wild gleam in his eye, but he used to be tame. Some dogs bark and some dogs bite, but Romeo sings like a dolphin in the sea. Some dogs type and some dogs write, but Romeo didn't have time to get his degree. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou? Romeo, Romeo, fly to the moon. Romeo, Romeo, what will you do now? Romeo, Romeo will take a shit soon. When Mr. Shrimper came back, when Mr. Shimper came back empty-handed, Squeen didn't have a choice. He had to let me go with no charges. I winked at him as I left his office. Time to let Romeo loose in the hallways of Delta Secondary.
All right.
That's fucking incredible, dude.
As always, there's a fecal theme.
You can now shit dog turds, and there's this phantom Romeo dog fucking going everywhere.
That's a life in high school I would have loved to have lived.
God, no shit, dude.
Will and chat. Using the data I have absorbed from this segment, I have recreated the diary of Principal Squeen. Lance Reddick will now read a passage from Principal Squeen's diary.
What?
I don't understand.
Oh my God. What the fuck?
November 20th, 1991. Dear Diary. Well, motherfucking Sasso. He's been a pain in my ass since the first day he set foot in this school. Taking shits in strange places. Blaming it on other people. I know it's him. I just can't prove it. So when these dog turds started showing up everywhere, I thought, this was it. Something so depraved I could finally nail him. He had to be collecting sets full of dog feces and bringing them into the school. There's no other way to do it, but we searched his locker. Came up empty. I was at a loss. But then, this morning, I saw something that is difficult to describe. I was coming out of the teacher's lounge, heading toward Mrs. Termite's classroom, when I saw Will Sasso, pants around his ankles, squatting in the middle of the hallway, asshole exposed and quivering. He was taking a shit right there on the carpet we had just installed last semester, but the turd was, well, it wasn't human. Will Sasso was shitting a canine turd. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how else to say it. And I can't tell anybody who would believe me. I don't know how yet, but mark my words. One day, I will bring Will Sasso down.
What the fuck just happened?
If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend, then